Hi, everybody. Welcome to Radio Labyrinth. This is Season 6, Episode 43. I am back, as you can see, and if you watched last week's episode, you saw that I'm back. So hello. I'm glad to be back. And hopefully maybe Gil is being fed. Maybe we'll have him on. Maybe he can make an appearance. It would be nice. So all sorts of wonderful things going on since last week. I'm actually watching a series that isn't a reality show, although I am still kicking butt, and we'll talk about that later in what we watched. But I have started a series, and I have questions for two of the people on this panel who've been watching it since it debuted, and I want their thoughts, and I need some help with it, please.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's take care of some stuff first. First of all, Jeff Leboff, hello.
Hello.
You are on the most recent episode. In fact, it dropped the other day of The Wilder Ride, hosted by Ellen Sanders and Walt Murray, friends of ours. What did you guys talk about? And besides you throwing us under the bus?
They edited all that out when I said all that shit about you guys.
What did you say?
I'm not going to tell you now.
So
I haven't got to listen to it yet, but I'm going to.
Yeah, when are they going to get back to doing movies, doing the movie stuff? Do you know?
I wouldn't say, but I think they said that they changed the next Gene Wilder movies that they're going to do. They're not going to do Silver Streak anymore. They're going to do something else. Something maybe more popular.
Yeah, Silver Streak was great. Why not do Silver Streak?
It would be timely because Ned Beatty just passed away, but
yeah,
I think they want to do something that'll bring everybody back in.
Yeah,
like one of the big three Gene Wilder movies that they haven't done already.
Crazy. It's got to be Stir Crazy.
What other one would there be? It wouldn't be what's the one where he's blind? Hear no evil.
Hear no evil, see no evil.
Yeah, that one won't be done.
I love Haunted Honeymoon.
Haunted Honeymoon. Oh God, yeah, I remember that one. It's been a long time. The Woman in Red, have they done that?
No, they haven't done that one yet.
That's a good movie as well. Let's see. Well, anyway, you can find out about the Wilder Ride if you're a Gene Wilder fan, or you're a fan of them talking to people who've been in Gene Wilder movies. All sorts of fun stuff. Those guys are very well versed on pop culture, more so than me lately.
They talk about everything on there.
Yeah.
Walt's dad's been on there a couple of times. He was an FBI agent.
Oh wow.
They got some interesting people to come on.
Well, you can check it all out at thewilderride.com. Also, this week's, I don't know if I want to say this week's or the most recent episode of Mike TV is available. Lisa and Dean welcome Roby Neely back for a thorough conversation, keep it thorough, about Loki and Gangs of London. And they also discuss Hacks, Handmaid's Tale, Mr. In-Between, Kevin Can F Himself, Ted Lasso, Mythic Quest, Mayor of Easttown, Rick and Morty, Lucifer, Blacklist, and I Think You Should Leave. So they watch a lot of television.
Jesus Christ, is that episode like 27 hours long?
It is long. It's a long episode, and good job editing the episode to Roby.
Bastard.
Well, he was on it, so at least he knows where to make the edits and cut out the 6 hours of Lisa. You guys, I'm just kidding, Lisa. You know, I'm just kidding.
She's gonna kill you.
Nah, she's not gonna kill me. She's not gonna kill me. Gee, all I'm saying. So,
speaking of Dean, though, we had Dean on a special episode that's gonna be coming out soon.
Well, it'll be out by the time this is out. It'll already be out. So, congratulations to you guys for an episode out. Yeah, you guys talked about Loki, and that'll be that's up right now. And if you missed it, go back and watch it. All that jazz. So, yeah, my brain is scattered. I am so freaking tired. Not as tired as my wife, who is here all day long and doesn't get out as much as I do because I get to go to work. But she's kicking ass, doing a good job with the little baby.
Sounds like the baby's had 2 baths now since he's been born.
Yes, he has.
Maybe you should take one now.
I started to say, yeah, that's more than you.
Jeff, I can't tell you the last time I took a bath. I haven't taken a bath. No, it's not ever. It's been well over 2 years since I've had a bath. I take a shower Not today. I didn't take a shower.
I'm not a bath person. Baths are gross.
Yeah, you're sitting in your own like
You
body.
take a shower, then you soak in a bath, but you take the shower first.
Yeah,
You're not soaking in your own filth.
Yeah, just sit in the tub. I shit while I'm taking a tub, you know. And piss.
What I love about you, Tim, you're so group home.
Yeah. You know, the good thing about having a hamper or like a thing to put in when you're an older, you know, an AARP dad, because not only am I a first-time father, but I'm also eligible for AARP, which is kind of cool. But you know that smell from the nursery, that pail where you put the pee diapers, it gets you ready for the home I'm going to be in 15 to 20 years.
You can have a diaper. I don't think they make diaper genies for big diapers.
No, but every one of those homes smells like piss.
And they do. They do smell like that. He's a cutie.
He is such an adorable little man. Yeah, he is.
A little cutie. And he's starting to like not look just like an alien. He's starting to get like a look to him.
Yeah, he's got a good look. Got a good Pratt/Andrews look. So yeah, but you know, he's been chilling out. I think he's going to be a fan of the Grateful Dead and Fish because we play that. I play it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Cause I'm going to take him I think he'll be old enough at, when is it in October? He'll be old enough to take to the Dead and Company show, I think.
Yeah, sure. He'll probably he's probably old enough to start making set lists, you know, while you're sitting in the audience.
Yeah. And we'll also be bringing our pit bull because in addition to our newborn, our pit bulls are also fans of the Grateful Dead, and we'll be bringing them with us too. Yeah, there's always those people at these concerts. You know, in the lawn they have the toddlers who are running around dirty feet, hippie outfits, and you know, and the mom, she's not wearing a bra. She's just wearing some sort of smock so she can whip it open and feed the kid.
Gross.
You know, with one hand, and then the other hand, she's got, you know, the bowl. You know, it's natural. It's in my tits, or like, you know, and then, but you've seen that. So I want to be one of those parents, you know, one of those neglectful parents who brings their child and gets them, destroys their ears at a rock show. No judgments. No judgments.
In October, he'll be able to watch the Red Sox win the World Series.
Not this year. They're not going to win the World Series. Neither are the Yankees, to put it that way. Neither team is doing very well. The Red Sox are probably doing better than the Yankees are. But do you know what? I don't pay any attention to baseball. So
just basketball now that the Hawks.
No, I watched my first full NBA game and probably, not counting ones I've gone to, because I've been to some games, not in a long time, 20 years maybe it's been since I've been to a Hawks game. I can't remember, but it's exciting when your local team that was definitely the underdog, the number 5 seed, is in the playoffs, and they're very close to going to the finals. All they'd have to do now is get past the Milwaukee Bucks. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch these guys play.
What's the guy's name? Hoarder. What's his last name?
Kyle Korver?
The
He's not on the team anymore. That's
the redhead. The redhead that.
Oh, the Rick Astley dude.
Yeah,
the Opie Cunningham.
Yeah, the one that scored. I think it's 27 points. He kind of sealed it up for him. Have you seen that meme? I think Pete Rock posted it, but it was him. It was a DJ Qualls, that scene from the new guy.
Yeah.
Where he's in bed with that black woman, and it says whatever that dude's name is when he gets back to Atlanta.
That's great. Trey Young is amazing, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's on fire.
He's on fire. So good luck to the Hawks. One thing that we forgot to plug is the guys have a couple of Radio Labyrinth Presents interviews in the hopper coming up, ready to go. We're going to be speaking with, you guys are going to be speaking with, why don't you tell us?
So anybody that's watching Black Summer, if you're a fan and if you watched all of season 2, then you know who Mance is. He's, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, Mance is a survivor. He kind of makes it through the whole thing. And you really don't know who's going to make it through this thing. And he was new this season, and he's going to be on with us, me and Jeff. And we're going to talk about his, oh my God, the gauntlet of zombies that he runs through in that last episode is like nothing I've ever seen before.
I just want to ask him how he prepared for that, because if I had to do that, I would just be dead in 1 minute.
It's so intense, and it goes on for so long. I mean, it's probably 6 or 7 minutes or something.
Now, how is this show different from The Walking Dead? It's not related, right?
No, it's made by the people that made
Z Nation.
Okay, so I watched a couple episodes of it's shot in Canada, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because I watched a couple episodes of the first season, and I thought it was a good show. I just didn't continue watching it, so I need to get back into it.
Yes, you definitely need. This season they shot it all in Calgary.
Oh, okay.
So it's the same, and it's the same area where they shot The Revenant. So it was freezing as all get out, and it really
hit me in the heart.
It adds to the whole thing. But so anyway, Jesse Lipscomb is super, super cool actor from Edmonton, Canada. He's agreed to come on and talk to us about, just his whole experience with Black Summer. So we're going to do that. And then the other one, if I'm not being catfished,
yeah,
we're supposed to talk to Scott Ryan, Mr. In Between.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
What if we start the Zoom call and it ends up being his brother?
He has a brother
playing like a PP video in the background.
I don't think it is. Whenever I asked him, because I know they shoot the show in Sydney, and I said, so are you on Sydney time? And he says, no, Melbourne. And I said, okay, well, I just want to make sure because I don't want to mess this up. He was like, don't fuck this up. No pressure. So I'm pretty sure it's him.
Sounds like him.
So I'm pretty sure it's him.
So wait, he's Australian, but he's what? I don't get it. He's Australian?
Yeah.
And the show isn't set in Australia, though, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's set in Australia. They shoot in Sydney.
Okay.
You can
So
tell.
that's why me and Jeff have to do this interview at 7 a.m. on Sunday because it'll be 9 p.m. for him.
Okay.
All their cars are like on the wrong side and everything. That's how you can tell when you're watching it. But Australia is very influenced by America.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just remember watching some of the first season, and I don't recall hearing that accent. So maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
It's the South Wales accent. It sounds a lot like a Kiwi accent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Very similar to a New Zealand accent. Yeah.
They do a lot of oi.
And a lot of E's.
Oh,
A lot of that.
E.
Well, and this is a big deal for us because this episode will be out before the finale, the series finale next week. So it's a big deal for us. And he doesn't do a lot of interviews.
And it's all finished, right? Series is done. Series finale.
Yeah, that's it. He's done with it.
Okay.
And this was like, I don't know. We'll get into it in the interview, but he's got a great story and he's so interesting. And he wrote, stars in the show. And the guy who directs it is the brother of Joel Edgerton.
Oh, okay.
The actor.
Yeah.
His brother Nash Edgerton is the one who directs it.
All right.
I hope they don't kill him off in the series finale.
I want to be able to deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask him about his dog. What happened last season?
Good job getting those interviews lined up, guys. That's awesome.
Thanks. I don't know how these people are agreeing to do this, but I mean, I did for weeks beg Scott Ryan on Instagram, then he finally agreed to do it.
Now, publicly, or did you direct message him?
Direct messaged him, and at first he said, oh, you gotta go through FX, and I told Jeff, and Jeff is just so fucking relentless. He's like, you just gotta keep on, don't let it go. And I'm like, I'm not gonna keep bugging him, but Jeff was right. I kept bugging him, and he finally said yes.
I tried to get Jerry Mathers. I can't even get a reply. And I know he's a bigger star than Scott Ryan, but I mean, please. Come on, Beaver.
Maybe it's because they look at my personal Instagram and it's all a bunch of sad dog shit.
Mine is a baby on it, so maybe I can get him to talk about it.
Yeah, there you go.
On Instagram, though, people must be sliding into their DMs like beep, 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 like a billion times a day.
Yeah.
So
you don't want to when you can.
Well, I know Justin Thoreau has never written me back, and I have obsessively written him for many years now.
Tell him you like his gigantic penis.
I love his dog. He's a huge pit bull, and he's a great, he's a big advocate for adoption, and anyway.
He was on Smart List. You can listen to him on there.
What's Smart List?
The Will Arnett, Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes podcast.
Oh, there's so many podcasts, aren't there? We've gone over 1 million. And when was that? That was last week. We didn't talk about it last week, but we've gone over 1 million listens, I believe. Or maybe we talked about it. I don't remember. Everything's a blur. But that's 1 million listens since we started doing this in December of 2015. Is that when it was? Yeah, it's December 2015. Now, other podcasts have 1 million listens every week, but that's pretty cool that we've managed to stick to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty awesome to me. I think that's neat. Neato.
Yeah, I was saying that we should name the podcast Pod Fade because you'd probably quit after like 2 weeks.
That didn't happen.
With it. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah. I have a new bit idea that Steph gave us, and I'm going to do. I ended up calling it De-Eberted. We can think of a better name. De-Eberted. I found an archive of old Roger Ebert, remember, from Siskel and Ebert reviews, and because I can't do his voice, I'm going to read it as Gene Shalit. Remember Gene Shalit? He used to do the reviews on NBC on the Today Show. Every week he would do a review of a movie or two, and then he would trash it. He was a pop culture guy, very big in pop culture, 70s and 80s and 90s. I don't know if people remember him anymore. And if you guys have any suggestions, I'll do a different voice.
Well, Family Guy. They love Shalit.
Every voice I do is either political or some old actor that no one knows.
At least you're not doing like you're not doing like you treated Dick Clark after his health issues.
No. Well, listen, he did have health issues, but he also chose to come into our homes every year on New Year's Eve until the end, and that made for entertainment. And how do you react to it? You grew up loving. I love Dick Clark. Sure. I was a huge fan of Dick Clark. Anything he did, I would get or watch. He had the blooper show and all that, but it got really ridiculous at the end, and I feel bad about doing that impression. One time I was at our pool in our old apartment complex, and I was hanging out with somebody, and I started doing that Dick Clark impression, and there was a guy in the pool. That's mean, man. I'm like, what do you want from me? Mind your own business.
What's your Serbian accent?
Yeah. So I will do this, man. Here, I will pretend that I am from Eastern Europe, a nondescript country, and then we will read old movie reviews written by Mr. Roger Ebert.
Now, are we trying to guess what this movie is?
Or yes, I will read the name of them. I will read excerpts from old movie reviews by Mr. Roger Ebert, who worked for the Chicago Tribune, I believe. Also had syndicated show with Gene Siskel. Bastard Gene Siskel. Like he means because he's also Eastern European origin bastard from wherever, Chicago. All these people from Eastern Europe who anyway. So no, Gene Shalit is out, but I do like this voice, and so I will read now movie review as written by Gene Siskel. No, Roger Ebert. Let me finish the goddamn thing before you guess. Don't interrupt me, okay? I will get very angry and somebody will be hurt.
For those that are just listening, Tim has a filter on that gives him a little tiny mustache, like a little French mustache.
That's correct.
And it keeps going over the microphone as he talks.
Let me get out of the way. I can't see myself too bad if I'm reading. Here, there it is. You can hear me, so I won't move my head. Now shut up and let me read. Here is a film review by Gene Roberts, Ebert, Roger Ebert. Somewhere there is an audience for this film, I have no doubt. And somewhere this weekend, someone may laugh at some of its attempts at humor. The film's star has had a lot of success in his career, but this is the dreariest comedy in many a month, a depressing slog through recycled comedic formulas. Those who laugh at this film should inspire our admiration. In these dreary times, we must treasure the easily amused. The movie is a satirical anthology like Kentucky Fried Movie or Amazon Women on the Moon. As movie ideas go, this is not a bad one, but its star is so happy to have a laugh, any laugh, that he forgets that discipline is the key element in comedy. When anything goes, nothing is funny. I disagree. The great movie, that was my own editorial inside of this editorial. The great movie comedies work by establishing the rules in their universes and then testing them. The star of this movie doesn't have the edge and confidence he needs to carry a movie like this, and his physical presence is undermined by bad posture and an indistinct speaking voice. He needs to practice throwing back his shoulders and strutting. He creates a dispirited vacuum at the center of many scenes. This Roger Ebert is very, very, he should look into the mirror. Well, he's dead. The result is a very unfunny movie. I did not record a single laugh during the running time of this film, and although I admittedly saw the movie at a press screening and not on a Saturday matinee at the multiplex at the mall, I wonder how many laughs there will be when the movie does go public. It's routine, predictable, and dumb. Really, really dumb. Any guesses?
Jeez.
No.
Maybe I took out too many of the clues, but so many of the clues would just give it away. It is an anthology film. I'll give you, if you need clues or whatnot, I will tell.
Year.
1989.
And no, is this a movie that we probably all liked?
Yes.
Can't think of like an anthology movie, like Kentucky Fried Movie that came out
In 1989, with a lot of parodies in it and of other TV shows and movies?
The Naked Gun?
Naked Gun.
No.
Hot Shots?
No.
Oh,
The noted racist is in this movie.
a noted racist?
Yeah. He has wacky hair. The Invasion of the Body Snatchers man is in this film also, the black and white one. He plays an evil mogul.
UHF.
That's correct. Dustin Lollar did it. Any other of the other things I put in the review that I removed, that Jeff Leboff would get immediately because he saw this film in the theater after doing smoking pot in the housing development.
That's not an anthology movie like Kentucky Fried Movie with a bunch of sketches and stuff. There's a plot in that movie, and
don't take an issue with me and what I'm saying. This is from the review.
Take it up with the dead guy.
Go dig up Roger Ebert and piss on his writing. I don't care.
God, Ebert, he didn't get one laugh from UHF? Not even one?
Because he didn't go into housing development and smoke weed and then do whippets inside the film while he was watching it. Anybody smoking weed and then doing the whippet?
And he knew that supply closet would be considered racist.
Yes, correct.
Who's the racist in that movie?
Michael Richards.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, he is racist.
He's not racist.
Well, he was in that bit. He wasn't that night.
He apologized.
So, well, he's still canceled. I don't know if it's canceled or not. Yeah, I read the reviews and I didn't. You got to find movies that he gave. He gave it 1.5 stars. Roger Ebert did that jerk.
That was a great movie.
Is this a bit we should do again or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Leave in some more clues though, because that was very difficult.
Yeah, but anything I left in, you would have gotten it.
Yeah, I feel so honored that I was able to get that before Jeff.
Yeah, man, you got it. I was completely.
I was thrown off by the thing because I was trying to think of a movie that was like a bunch of sketches sewn together without like a plot.
No, 89 was all I kept running through my head.
Gandhi, that was great. I had that record. Well, I stole it from the radio station, but the LP had all the bits on it, like Gandhi 2.
I can't remember what review it was that I read of his not that long ago, and it was a movie that I really liked, and his review was horrible. It was so, and then it just sent me down a rabbit hole, and I started looking at all of his bad reviews, and I'm like, he has reviewed a lot of movies that I like really badly.
Didn't he hate Star Wars when it first came out?
There's a lot of them that he did, but he also went through the last part of his life and reviewed a lot of the ones that he hated.
Yes.
And turned around on a few of them. Yeah.
And it was so sad what happened to him when he had to walk around with that fake jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bad for him. That's terrible. I hope that doesn't.
You know what though? If anybody could handle it, he did. He handled it pretty well.
Yeah, that's true.
He had a very supportive wife too that really helped him through it. And she takes over. She's running the Ebert Foundation now. She's great.
Good. If you want to read his reviews, his complete archive is available at rogerebert.com. And I love reading his old reviews. I love that show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, From the Balcony? I lived for that show.
Yeah, it was like appointment every week. You would try to find it.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
I almost always agreed with Siskel more. He was always my guy.
Like Gene Siskel, he can suck dicks. You want to do what we watched? right, I'll do mine first since I never watch anything. I finished season 6 of Alone.
You can take that mustache off now.
Oh,
It suits him though.
I don't know. Let me take the mustache.
Let's grow a real one.
I don't want to grow a real one. I can't. It's all white. If I grow a real one because I'm old.
Well, you'd rather it be white. I hate it when guys dye their facial hair.
I don't like it either.
Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah, you could use some of that just for them.
What's that?
That's the new modern version of just for me.
Yeah.
Just for them.
Is that what it's called now? For real?
Facial hair dye.
Is it really called just for them?
No, I just made that up.
Right. I mean, not that I care. So I just finished season 6. That was the first season they shot in the Arctic, and I was happy that that's the first time the person I was rooting for won.
We're talking about Alone.
What did I say?
You didn't say anything.
Oh yeah, Alone. And so I got on to season 7 where they're going for $1 million, and I really like how the show progresses as a reality show.
Who do you like on season 7 to win?
I haven't really picked anybody yet.
Okay.
Because I'm only on the first or second episode. So I like the guy that they introduced first, but he got out right away because he lost his fire stick. He was like so enthusiastic. He's like, "Hey man, I built this house. I'm gonna go." He built a bathtub out of an old boat that he found. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So this is the last season before the current season, right?
Yeah.
Season 8 with
the current season. There's only 3 episodes so far, so you'll be caught up before season 8.
Well, the lady from Wellsboro and Tioga County, Pennsylvania, that's on it.
Yeah, she's still in there.
She's still in there. Okay. I mean, I don't know this person, and she's got a lot of friends on Facebook of people that we know. And like, who is she?
Still lives up there, and I guess she runs some kind of sporting goods.
Oh, okay.
Maybe in Wellsboro.
Yeah, she's around my cousin's age, so I was wondering if she went to high school with him, but he didn't know her, so. I wonder.
She's maybe 10 years younger than us.
Yeah, maybe she went to like a Christian school or something, because there was a lot of kids up there that went to like parochial schools. Let's see. Shawn, Mr. Mike TV turned me on to this YouTube podcast that I just started watching. There's a lot of episodes, but it's Salvatore Samuel Gravano does a podcast, and it's just him sitting there staring at the camera talking about killing people. And
that sounds like my type of thing.
Yeah, and talking about mob shit, and it's pretty cool. The first one I watched was an excerpt of him talking about Steven Seagal and how Steven Seagal got so scared once he shit his pants and cried, and then the FBI guys had to console him by hugging him, because a lot of those early Seagal movies were mob financed, and he didn't want to act anymore. He went, remember he did that reality show where he was a cop.
Yeah.
And they wanted him to get back into it and make money, and he said no. And they were going to whack him. So and he cried. Maybe that's why he's in Russia now. Who knows? And let's see. I started watching Lisey's Story, and man, if you haven't read that book, I don't know how on earth you could follow that show, that series. And I'm not knocking it because I'm still watching it. I like the people in it. I love the way it's shot. I love the alternate universe. The scenes are beautiful there. I don't know what's going on, man. And I read the book. Guys, tell me what the fuck is going on in this show.
It's that problem with Stephen King, made into movies. You lose the narration. Once you lose that inner monologue, it's hard to carry a story, because that's the backbone of any of his stories.
Yes.
And that's the hardest thing to, change to a visual medium. So, only a few people have been able to do it. And I think it really depends on the story. And this was one that's very cerebral. So it's really hard to do that. But I think it's one of those things they're giving enough information for you to somewhat follow along, but they want to curtail everything closer to the end.
Okay.
So it's one of those, I think you just kind of have to hang on.
Well, refresh my memory without being too spoily. And again, it's beautifully shot, and the acting is good, but I don't recall why her sister is able to go to this world, but she can't, or maybe she can. I just don't recall.
She can.
Okay.
She's a natural at going over to the Booyah world.
Okay. Booyah world. And that's where her husband went because he had an abusive father, right?
Right.
Yeah, that was his safe place.
All right.
And the sister can, because she's crazy.
All right, so she can go there.
Yeah.
And right now in episode 4, does she have a twinner that's on the normal side and she's on the other side? I just don't understand.
No, but there are twinners in this universe.
Okay.
But I don't think we'll really need to get into,
because it'll spoil.
No, I don't think it's a major part of the plot.
Okay.
The twinners or anything.
The book Lisey's story is, I think, one of his best.
It's Stephen King's favorite book.
Yeah, it's very well written, and it's there's not 8 million characters. It doesn't have, a gigantic. You don't go down a lot of rabbit holes or labyrinths. Like the Dark Tower. It's not some opus. It's a story. It's a love story. It's really interesting. If you've never read it, I highly recommend it, and I want to listen to it now because I actually read it. I remember buying the book. So anyway, I'm going to keep watching it. I also watched The Handmaid's Tale. You guys don't watch that. You do, Steph, right?
Yeah. Did you finish it?
No, we haven't finished it yet. The last one is all the people in Canada now are protesting because they like Commander Fred and Selena. I don't understand how that happened. Why?
Well, it's they're Canadian QAnons. That's what they are.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And then Scowley's getting mad, saying she's going to kill the American representative because they work.
It was so ridiculous.
Yeah, she is so. Her character just sucks. And I like everybody else now except for her. Well, I don't like her stupid husband up there either.
Oh, he's a bitch.
Yeah.
He's always crying.
Yeah, why don't you go see your boyfriend, take his daughter, blah, 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 blah. I love I can't think of anybody's name, guys. I'm sorry, my brain is so fried. But I like the commander in the U.S. that helped her escape and who's helping the aunt right now.
Oh yeah, what the hell is that actor's name? The one from he's been in everything.
Yeah.
Get Out and
yes,
Billy Madison and God bless, what's his name? Anyway,
Aunt Lydia. He's helping Aunt Lydia, and Aunt Lydia, I don't know, is helping the one-eyed girl. It's just everybody's character is helping other people, and then they go back to Elizabeth Moss, June, who's just scowling. It's Bradley Whitford. Yeah. That episode that you just watched, that was my most hated episode of the entire season. Oh, really? Why? Tell me.
It just of everything that you just said, and it was just annoying, and I hated it. And the last episode, it's better. That's all I'm gonna say. It's better.
All right. Of Warren is the one with one eye, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's doing okay. Ann Dowd, hands down, the best actress in the show.
I'm just hoping that she gets shanked. She needs to get hers and get it good.
I like Samira Wiley's character. I just wish there was more of it.
You're talking about Moira?
Yeah. Her character is decent, but I'm just so sick of seeing scowly Elizabeth Moss. And at the end, you see that she's directing all these episodes. So there's a lot of her like slow motion walking and looking and scowling.
Well, look, I'm going to tell you something. The end of this season is setting it up, I think, for her to be some big vengeance bitch in the next season. Like, this is what they're going to do, is they're going to be like capturing and killing all this other crap. But what I would say to Handmaid's people, she needs to get like Linda Hamilton T2 in shape, because she's a little dumpling.
It ain't gonna happen.
It's very hard to believe that she has been a ham like this when she had no food. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
And if she's going to be some badass, she needs to get in shape.
Yeah, I agree with that. Are they going to turn Serena and Commander Fred into heroic people, or are they going to dismantle them?
Oh, just wait.
Oh God. Okay.
It has a good ending.
All right. Well, I'm kind of rooting for them.
Next season, it becomes the hand person's tale, and they start taking non-binary hand persons.
Hey, listen, I can give birth too. Listen, my front hole is available to birth. My staff pick, speaking of Weird Al, is Weird Al on the latest Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal podcast, and that's my stuff.
Yeah, that was a good one, that Weird Al
one. Let's see. I watched Loki, the one that came out today or Wednesday.
Today too.
Do you watch it?
I haven't seen the newest one.
Okay.
Last week was good though. I really liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was really good. The this one's a lot more it's kind of a self-contained story, so it doesn't really go a bunch of places. So but it definitely gives some more insight into the variant. It's a lot more information about the
Delta
story.
variant?
You need to watch it.
Okay.
I think you should keep going with it, Tim, because I knew what you were saying about the first episode. It was like, nah, okay. But the second episode is much better.
Yeah. It's good. And the special effects, I mean, like we talked about, we were talking about this on the Loki present show, that they filmed a lot of this during COVID at the studio here in Atlanta. And so they used the volume setup that they use for the Mandalorian, that 360 screen that they film in front of.
Tell that in the episode 3.
Yeah, that episode 3 is it's like almost solid that. And it looks really good. And it's very action packed too. So whereas the second episode was a little slow for exposition, the third one really kind of picks up.
And they shot in the Marriott too, right?
Yeah. And when they got on the train and just started talking to each other, I'm like, God damn it, they better stop talking and start doing some shit.
Yeah, and they kind of broached the subject that's been brought up in media about his sexual fluidity. As far as him, he did.
Why? Who cares?
Well, he kind of glosses over it. Really, she kind of asked the question. Actually, comes out that way, and he just kind of blows it off like, But it's
I'd let
good.
him be my night manager. I don't care.
And he has a very good singing voice too.
Hang on. I don't listen. Whatever you do is great, but please, it's being used as a marketing and advertising tool, and it's just so boring because it makes everything. It's in everything. Stop it. Okay, I'm done.
You mean being fluid?
Any of that shit. It's all just and that's how it gets cred on social media. It's so brave. Who gives a fuck? Just do a good show. End of rant.
Tim's an old man.
Get off my lawn.
Tim's yelled at a cloud.
He goes in there, that baby's room, and he's like, you're gonna pick something, whether it's butts or crotch, you're picking something.
Whatever happens is great. It's fine by me. But I'm just saying that it's being used as marketing. It's just like everything, like in the 90s, Kool-Aid had to become extreme. It was everything's extreme and radical. Now everything is fluid and okay, we get it. The show about a Norse god. Yay.
I also finally started watching Mr. In Between. I got the first season down.
Oh, all right. What'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it so much that I went and found The Magician.
Okay. I haven't watched it yet. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's good. It's they use a lot of the same kind of. The first season is kind of a, what if we took that and used some parts that we liked from it and put it into the first season. So you'll see some things that are very familiar, especially the making them dig their own grave scene. There's one of those in there, but it's a lot funnier. I mean, it's a lot more of a comedy, and it's set up like The Magician I'm talking about. It's set up like more like a mockumentary. So it was very similar to, if you ever saw, there's a French movie called Man Bites Dog, about a documentary crew that follows around a serial killer through Paris. And it's very similar to that, but a lot more funny. It kind of reminded me of like older Trailer Park Boys as far as the production quality, but it's really good. What blows my mind about Scott Ryan is the fact that he made all of this himself, and that's all he's ever done.
Right.
It's like there's no other character that he's played this character since like 2005, and it took him so long to get the show made. And I think he even started he quit completely acting and started delivering pizzas or something for a while. Really? Before he got the call that FX wanted to do the show. He'd already given up on Hollywood, a long time before. And so they literally pulled him out back into this world, and it's all he's ever known is this role. And he's always played it. So I find that really interesting that he started with just him and Nash making this, and the director has stayed with him the whole time too. So like nothing's ever changed from when they started. It's been the same two that have had all this control and everything.
And he was going to give up on him being the lead in the show. He wanted to be the lead, and then they were giving him pushback, and so finally he was like, well, I don't care, you can have anybody. And then Nash was the one that was like, no, it's you're doing it or nothing.
Yeah. And they stuck to their guns, and it worked. And it reminded me of a lot of like British independent films that dealt with the same type of good guy, but he can separate what he does from who he is. And he can turn that killer switch on and off. And it's amazing how violent he can be, and then how loving he can be to his daughter and to his dad and
his brother.
Does he really have
I don't know. I don't know if he does or not, but you just go ahead and buckle up, because season 2 is not nearly as lighthearted. It's much darker. It's much sadder.
There's 3 seasons, and this is the third's the one that you're on now. Yeah. Okay. You brought it up as your staff pick, but yeah, I listened to the Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal podcast with Weird Al, and that was fun. I hadn't realized they hadn't had him on since 2015 or something.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, but it was good. Gilbert stuck his foot in his mouth I don't know how many times, like he usually does. But yeah, he's about the only person I've ever seen that interviews Weird Al that kind of freaks Weird Al out. Yeah. So that was good. I'm listening to The Outsider finally, because I'd seen the show, but
I love it.
I finished all of the Mr. Mercedes series, and so I wanted by Stephen King. So I wanted to make sure that I just kind of rounded it out. So I'm listening to it now, and Will Patton just does such a good job.
Will Patton is, I think, my second favorite narrator of Stephen King stuff.
Yeah, me too. Behind Mueller, yeah. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, reaction videos. When I was listening to your interview with the Wilder ride, I heard that they were talking about watching reaction videos and how he was hooked on them. And it's funny because how he was explaining those is exactly how I feel about them. I'll sit down now, and instead of watching a movie, I'll watch 4 different people watch the same movie and just judge the reaction off of it.
Yeah, that stuff is fun to do.
Yeah, it's neat seeing some of these and it was really funny is finding the real hardcore millennials that have their own views on things, and having them watch a movie that you didn't have a second thought about, but they are just floored by, taken back by all these characters and what they're doing and what they're saying. And so it's kind of funny. I guess I'm just getting old.
No,
and I really enjoyed a lot of those, and I'll put a couple of my top channels. I'll put those in the show notes so you guys can check out a couple of those. My staff pick is Evil season 2 on Paramount. Just started on the 20th, and this is the second season. I didn't think they were going to make the second season, and they kind of surprised me with it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Tell us what it's about, because I haven't ever checked it out. I hear amazing things though.
You've got a kind of a man of the cloth that's not really a man of the. He wants to be a priest, but at the same time he's helping a woman who she deals with in this first season, which I haven't started the second one, but in the first season, there's these night terrors that she has about these demons that she can. And it's probably some of the most creepiest scenes I've seen in a TV show.
Oh, the VR they do scene with the kids.
Yeah. Yes.
That was creepy.
Yeah.
It really got to me. It's Mike Colter, the one who played what was his which Marvel guy was
Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, yeah.
Yeah. He's the to be priest, and they kind of have this unspoken relationship between the two of them. So it's got a little bit of everything as far as a show goes. It's kind of like it reminded me a lot of X-Files, if all of their scary episodes, like with monsters, It had that same kind of the special effects are really good. The Night Demon from the first season was probably one of the creepiest things I've seen on television, and I couldn't believe that they would show it. It would look like something that would be out of a movie.
Because she's like a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and they're working together. They go around and they debunk whether or not something is really possessed.
And this is on CBS.
Yeah, but
now it's on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where the second season is. But it's good. I mean, it's something that if you like those kind of, you like something creepy and you want something as a series, it should be good for at least 12 episodes.
The night terror thing always got to me. I don't know if you ever had night terrors?
I don't know what that is.
Where you're frozen. You can't move,
but you're awake.
Yeah. No. That happened to me a lot. I used to actually, and I swear to God, this really happened to me. I would actually leave my body. I could see myself. I could feel my back hitting the ceiling, and I would scream. I would slap my face until I woke up in the bed. And my mom had those, and my grandmother all had those. Yeah, it's very creepy and weird, and you can't. So that's why I loved this show.
No.
Well, be glad that you've never had night terrors, because it sucks.
A common thing though to see like some sort of creature when you're having these sleep paralysis things. I remember hearing a story about a guy that saw Elf whenever he had this.
Hey, Dustin.
Well, they say that's where a lot of the alien abduction stories come from too. People who have night terrors, they think they see aliens, and that's why they think they've been abducted.
Yeah, and before people knew what aliens were, they saw angels, right?
Right.
Or demons or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, me too. I wrote it down, which means I'll hopefully try to watch it.
But I'll just remind real quick. I watched all of Black Summer season 2. Highly recommend.
Yeah,
and
I did
please
too.
tune in for our interview with Jesse Lipscomb, who plays Mance. The Cruel Summer finale. Jeff, you watched it, right?
I did.
That little bitch.
Yep.
That was pretty good how they ended it.
Yeah.
I was actually like,
it's got renewed for season 2, so I wonder where they're gonna go from here.
I don't know, but that little lion bitch. And they did you great through the whole thing. Even in the last episode, you're like, oh, okay, well then this is what it was. And then the last scene, you find out it was something else. I finished Working Moms. It was great. Loki. My staff pick, even though Jeff has pointed out the fact that my arch enemy, Dave Koechner, is hosting.
Yeah, I just saw that, and I'm curious as to if you're going to be able to do it.
Then I'll have to get through it. I'll just have to get through it. But it's America's Top Dog season 2, and it's Tuesday, June 29th on A&E.
Gonna hold your hand over David Koechner's face.
Obviously, he's hilarious. Obviously, I watch his movies still. I still try to shut it out, the humiliation of his improv class.
F him.
Let's see. I watched all of Black Summer. So good. I watched Alone, season 8, episode 3. The chick from Wellsboro is still going good. Cruel Summer we talked about. I watched Spiral, the new Saw movie with Chris
How
Rock.
was that?
Is that good? I want to see it.
It was not great.
Yeah, but
Say that, but there were some cool kills. You know how Jigsaw movies had those cool traps and stuff.
Right.
This new one, there was some cool kills in the movie, but that was the only part I really liked.
Okay.
How was Rock? Was he better than Fargo?
Yeah, he was okay. It seemed like maybe there was no script and they just said, you just say whatever you want to say. And
are you guys going to see Karen when it comes out?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you got to look for the trailer.
Yeah, I saw some stuff on it. It looks funny, or it looks interesting.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it's set in East Point. Just Google it and watch the trailer.
Okay.
But they leave it open for it to become a new Saw movie franchise. The Spiral. I don't know. It's
Is Saw in it, the original? The guy?
No. It's a copycat.
That's too bad.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Before you move on, Jeff, earlier, Tim, you were saying how is Black Summer different than Walking Dead? And I think you would agree with this, Jeff. It is not a soap opera on any level.
It is a show where things happen and things move.
And it's nonstop. You're just white knuckle in it.
It's relentless, and the zombies are fast.
Yeah, I saw that in the first season. That they're just like boom, they're coming at you. They're not ambling towards you.
Yeah, and it doesn't take them forever to turn either. Like as soon as you're dead, you become a zombie.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I had a friend of mine say that the 7th episode of the 2nd season was their version of The Shining. Like, there was a lot of
in the
warehouse.
Yeah, in the hotel. It was very creepy.
Yeah. I got some Shining vibes.
Yeah.
So I'll check that out.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, I watched A Quiet Place 2. I went to the movie theater for the first time in a year and a half.
How many people were in there?
There was maybe 25 people in the big, 300-seat theater.
What theater did you go to?
The one out in Austell, the Regal Cinemas.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed it. It was good. Krasinski found a way to get himself in the movie, even though he was dead. So I enjoyed it. It's worth.
I've heard nothing but good reviews about it.
It was definitely fun. Rick and Morty, new season just started. First episode was hilarious.
Oh, it did. I watched that thing on HBO where they had like it was all the stuff. I didn't know that the new season had premiered.
Yeah, Sunday it premiered.
Oh, well, shit.
Get on it, Steph.
I'm going to.
It was hilarious. Loki episode 3, Lisa's story number 4. It was difficult to watch. There was a lot of violence in it, I'll just say that. And my staff pick is Bosch. The final season starts Friday on Amazon Prime.
How many seasons did he do?
I think this is 7 or 8.
Yeah. Titus Welliver. What a good actor he is.
That's Pete Davis's favorite show in the whole wide world.
It's a great show, and the books are fantastic. And they're doing a spin-off series, which I don't know anything about yet, but I don't know if Bosch is going to be in it or not. I kind of hope he is.
Cool.
Or he maybe guest stars on it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to that. Final season starts Friday on Amazon.
Cool. Thank you guys. Do you guys want to do a couple of news stories and wrap up, or wrap up? It's up to you.
We got to talk about your experience at the IKEA on Juneteenth.
Yeah, the Atlanta IKEA store decided to create their menu for their Juneteenth dinner and posted it to both the customers and the employees, but decided to I guess they went for every stereotypical African-American dish that they could think of. Fried chicken, watermelon. I don't know how they thought that would not get the response that it got.
Are they Swedish? I mean, do they not live here? Are they not?
That's what I was thinking. It had to be,
familiar.
Three or four people in Sweden somewhere sitting around going, "Hey, what do American Black people like to eat?" And then, I don't know. Let me go check my 1970s guide to.
Which, this is one of those things, though. I mean, because I think for people have said for years, everybody loves watermelon. Almost everybody loves fried chicken. Why does that have to be a thing? It's like rainbows. Everybody likes rainbows. I mean, I don't know. But obviously, they were pandering, and it backfired big time.
Yeah, they had like 33 employees didn't come back into work the next day, and a lot of them there's a few that quit, and then people were afraid to talk to the press because I guess IKEA is very much like Amazon in that they monitor their people, a lot. So that they were talking in hushed tones about the funny part was they went back in and revamped the menu. And it's still not really any better.
They had macaroni and cheese.
They had macaroni and cheese, cornbread, and collard greens.
And ranch.
I thought all they served were meatballs.
Yeah.
No, they have lingonberry. They have pancakes or whatever they have. But they
lingonberry pancake.
The lingonberry pancake.
People have the lingonberry
pancake. Have they ever had a special menu for another?
Yeah, they have latkes on Yom Kippur or whatever. Rosh Hashanah, unleavened bread and gefilte fish.
Do they really?
And all the staff members have phony payasses.
That's what I was gonna say. This was just very ill-informed.
I don't know if you go to a place
bad.
on St. Patrick's Day and they have, although, but St. Patrick's Day isn't the same thing as whatever. I don't know. Listen, it's a holiday. It's a new holiday to a lot of people. Stop being insensitive.
No, but the thing of it is,
and insensitive. Don't be insensitive, but don't be sensitive. Like the guy running for mayor in New York was mad that the Latino and the Asian were campaigning on Juneteenth. Well, listen, there's a campaign going on and people are going to campaign. So just stop being sensitive, stop being insensitive, and find a happy medium, right? Maybe don't put watermelon and fried chicken out as a buffet dinner at your shitty furniture store and expect people to not be upset by it. But on the other hand, don't be upset by everything because it's not meant to slight you.
I want to know, was it good watermelon? Was it good fried chicken?
They just didn't want to sling those meatballs another weekend. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Which I find ironic that they, it's a Swedish place and they chuck meatballs at you every time you walk in. They're like, hey, we follow our stereotype, so we're just going to throw everybody else's stereotype under the bus.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Ray raving, Johnny Moonshine in 12-inch penis.
Hey, Roaring. Jag hör en turf and en tums penis.
That's from Splash. I know some Swedish. The great John Candy, the late great John Candy.
Paramount's putting out another Transformers movie, and I mean, if it's based on Beast Wars from the 90s,
which is the best. I love the Beast Wars.
This one, Transformers, Beast Wars, and everything after it was after me. I was already not paying attention when all that stuff was happening.
Same.
So I saw them and I get the idea that, they're not people robots. They're more animal robots or dinosaur robots.
Dinosaurs. And I tuned into that one time thinking the Transformers was on and it freaked me out. I'm like, what's going on? I like the old robot guys, but whatever. I'm interrupting.
But they are, they're the cool part about it, I guess, is that they're like the Bumblebee movie that they set in the 80s. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of the motif of the movie. This is going to be set in the 90s. So the director is like, they've started production and, the director's like blasting 90s hip hop, through the set all the time, trying to get everybody into a, whatever he thinks a 90s vibe is. This is the same guy that took over after Bay did his first 5 movies.
Yeah,
this is going to be the same person that done the Bumblebee movie. So it
was the only good one.
Yeah. So maybe it may be a better story or a better movie, but I don't really care.
I don't care about Transformers.
They've kind of after 7 or 8 movies of anything, you pretty much run it out.
I know they'll be good in the Olympics. I wish them well.
Let's see. Peter Criss from Kiss refused to grant the rest of the band permission to use Beth in the documentary. The Kiss
Sour grapes. That's okay. Listen, continue with your headline, and then I'll weigh in.
Well, they came to Peter Criss. It didn't seem like it was much of an actual payday for him.
Listen, we told him that we were going to give him a Dunkin' Donuts gift card for $50. And listen, that's a lot of donuts and coffee. Let me tell you, what else did he do? Hard Luck Woman. Wow. Thanks a lot. Yeah, he's not a musician. He's just a dumb drummer. Drummers aren't musicians. They're just guys who bang on sticks, who bang sticks onto, listen, Gene and I are the heart and soul of that band. And we are going to finish the tour and then we're going to do a new tour. But anyway, fuck Peter Criss. He's a loser. Hey, that's not very nice, man. I can't wait to watch that documentary.
And not to end it on a down note, but I did want to mention today, the day we're recording, it's been 13 years since George Carlin passed.
During the Trump era, he would have been amazing. He would have gone in one of two directions. He would have either looked at it for what it was and saw it as an observer and commented on both sides and the way they reacted, or he would have gone full nuts. I have a feeling that he would have stuck in the middle and just realized that the reaction and the action were both ridiculous and made fun of it in the own way only George Carlin could. And I still listen to that last special because I saw him on that tour as well. And boy, what a fantastic, I mean, he was so old and like sort of losing it, but that last special when he was getting it prepared for HBO, because Jeff, you worked at HBO. And so, you know, that every tour was him just getting ready to record that the next HBO special. Right. Yeah. And he really knocked it out of the park with that last one, you know, and I just miss him. I loved him. And I, you know, thank Jeff every day. Well, I don't thank you for it every day, but I appreciate it every day that I was able to get an autographed copy of Class Clown because you told us where he was going to be. And then, of course, Jason, my brother, and I met him. We waited at Borders or whatever and got him to sign some of the books. So that was cool. Anyway, sorry to step on you, Dustin.
His books were fantastic, too. If you miss his voice, just
When Will Jesus Bring the Pork Chops?
Just his books are hilarious. I remember I was sitting in Wegmans one time eating lunch, reading his book, and he just had 2 lines, and it was the inhuttable croak.
Yeah.
That's all it said, the inhuttable croak. And it just fucking cracked me up. I'm sitting there laughing my ass off. Everybody's looking at me like, what the fuck wrong with this guy?
Well, thank you, Dustin. Before we wrap up, we got to say, and of course, thank you to all of our sponsors, all of our Patreon producers, and everybody that'll be membered. You know, you got your spots in here, and but I want to thank you as well live before we move on. We do have some people to say goodbye to. Who died, Jeff?
Frank Bonner, who was Herb Tarlick on WKRP, passed away, 79 years old. He had the same thing Robin Williams had, that Lewy body dementia.
What's that?
It's like I don't know, what do you call it? Where it's like Alzheimer's, but instead of attacking your brain, it attacks your body.
Oh, that's sad. That's sad.
So he was 79 years old, and we lost John Paragon, 6 years old. He was the guy that played Jambi on all the Pee Wee's Playhouse stuff. Going all the way back to the original HBO special.
Right. Thanks, Pee Wee. There's something I've been wanting to do with these for a long time.
Ooh, Caucasian.
Yeah.
They haven't said what he died of yet. It's unknown causes. And John McAfee just died.
Yeah, he allegedly killed himself in a Spanish prison or Mexican prison?
Oh, wow. I didn't hear this.
Yeah.
He was 75 years old. Crazy dude, right?
Oh, crazy. Listen, I put that link from the Red Collar podcast. She did a whole episode about him. There's so many things about him you don't know.
He's an interesting cat. I used to watch his videos. He's just weird.
They still make the McAfee security software, but he's had nothing to do with that company for years, right?
Yeah, for over a decade. Yeah. But his Your Mom's House podcast did a nice bit on him a couple of years ago when the videos came out of the girls on the island, that he would take the hammock and make them lie in a hammock and cut a hole in the bottom of the hammock, and then they would shit through the hole onto his face.
What's it called? It's called something.
Did you hear this on the Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Closet podcast?
No.
It was in that Red Collar podcast too.
Is he a fan of Danny Thomas? Oh God! All right,
Yeah,
so
he was a mess.
What's it called again?
It was called Red Collar.
Red Collar. Okay.
Listen to the John McAfee episode.
All right. Cool. I will do that because he's an interesting dude.
And we lost Champ, the first dog.
Yep.
13 years old. I don't know what that is in dog years. Steph, maybe you can do the math.
For a German Shepherd, that's a good run for sure. And they lost the one that doesn't bite everybody.
Oh. Steph, you're going to be at Caffeine and Octane again on the 4th of July with
yes for Bartville. We'll have our booth set up again on the 4th of July at Caffeine and Octane, and be out there trying to drum up as many fosters as we can. We can't get anybody to foster, so that's been great. And so if you guys are bumming around 4th of July morning, looking for something to do, come out to Caffeine and Octane, come by, say hey to me. I'll be out there peddling my wares and my dogs and whatever. And just to everybody out there who has adopted a dog or a cat during the pandemic, and you have filled the shelters right now. They're putting animals down left and right because of all the owner surrenders. I hope you all burn in hell forever because you're selfish pricks and you deserve nothing.
I hope you get a boil on the inside of your anus.
Oh, I can't even. I hope your throats get slit. Goodbye. That's it. That's all I had to say.
Keep it canine.
Yes. And hey, everybody. Thanks for listening. It's a lot of fun to be back. And I really like what everybody's doing with the interviews. We're going to keep bringing you more content. If you have a suggestion or if you know of somebody who'd like to come on or a business or whatever, just hit us up on social media. We're on all the platforms. And thank you, Dustin, for all the hard work you do on the YouTube page. And we now have 2 Instagrams because I keep forgetting the password, but you've done a good job putting episodes, interviews and stuff on Reels, which I believe is their long form, right? The video.
Yeah, the Instagram TV. Yeah.
Yeah. So check all that out.
You're going to get on TikTok too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start TikToking.
Who's going to do the TikTok videos?
Dustin, of course.
You need the man with the voices needs to do the TikTok video.
I need some suggestions and new voices. So in the back, maybe you know what we'll do? We'll make the Syracuse.
Go on and see whatever's trending and just do the trends.
I think you should do Baby Gilbert.
Yeah. What's up?
There's tons of baby videos on TikTok that are just super popular.
Oh, I don't know.
And you put the Gilbert Gottfried audio underneath, and you move his mouth under the blanket like this.
I don't know. We'll see.
Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Move it like what?
Yeah, you have a blanket over his face, and then you just move his mouth like this. You know.
Oh. Get over here, Gilbert. Ow! All right. Until the next time, please remember to keep it canon.